third pick as a support option for Hex. And then there's the Moraxis coming out for Revolution. But yeah, as you're pointing out, definitely some good push already on the side of Revo. And Wild Soul, it seems like we've been seeing a little bit more of a jungle Wild Soul in general, so would kind of expect that here. But then there's also the case of where does Hellbringer end up? Is he going to be more of a farming Hellbringer? Will that be a support Hellbringer even? So we'll have to wait and see here.
I like playing it as a support, but these teams like to play it in the mid lane as a solo hero. Definitely getting that Resta stone quickly seems to be a priority for these teams.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a huge team fight. Level 16 and 2 Malphas is definitely tough to deal with.
Oh, yeah. With that said, actually, the Nullfire Blade is considered obviously a pretty good item against Hellbringer to kill those Malphas right away. No candidates for that just yet here on Hex.
No. If they run the Hellbringer mid, though, it will probably be matched up against the Riptide. And I'm pretty sure that Riptide would love that matchup. So that's worth thinking about, that they would have to do something special with the hero. That's also why I think they pick Maxis. He's maybe the one to go up against Riptide. Mm-hmm. But I still think Riptide in any kind of one-on-one. I don't think there's a hero that's like, oh, I'm gonna dominate Riptide in this lane, if you're one-on versus one. So it's tough for them to deal with already, I think.
Oh, they'll find a fourth pick here on the side of Hex to go with the Riptide and everything else here. They still need their carry option, most likely, and once again, as we see, pretty carry-heavy bans. In fact, both sides taking out carries altogether. Sandwraith, Oogie, Dark Lady, Magebane, Dr. Repulsor, and Gemini. So we're going to start digging in here a little bit as far as the next level of carry options. I know Squirry definitely has been a fan of a couple of unorthodox carries. Shadowblade comes to mind. Scout, he's ran several times. Nighthound, so this could be one of those games. See something different.
Yeah, definitely could. They do already have the Wild Soul, so maybe something like that that doesn't flash farm and takes up a lot of space. One of those kind of Nighthound picks might be a good thing to go for here, because it doesn't really farm the entire jungle right away. So it would fill the lineup, or fit in quite well. Lodestone again here. Okay. I like it. They also have Behemoth, so this time they have double initiate. And Riptide is also kind of an initiate kind of in their face hero. So they might go for a ranged hard carry here.
We'll see what they choose in the end. Yeah, you mentioned the Lodestone with the Behemoth. We did see the Magnus Behemoth last game for Revolution, and obviously that worked out very well in the end for them. So
Clanks is available. Just putting it out there. It would fit in well in their team.
Yeah, if this was you guys, that hero would not be available, most likely.
No, for sure not. They can also go with something else. I mean, Zealot is also up. There's options.
Like I was saying, too, you know, we actually talked about this earlier in the week, too. To clarify, Zephyr is not banned. I mean, Zephyr is eligible. Whether or not the teams choose to gentleman's ban, you know, obviously it's up to them. But as far as an official ruling goes, there is none. I mean, the hero is eligible. So I don't know what kind of inside, you know, if the teams have just agreed on that, or if he's not even considered that great anymore after the nerfs, which is very possible, too. But just to point that out there, that he is not actually banned. But yeah, we haven't seen it, unfortunately, either. So
no, it's not gentleman bans. I just don't think it's picked up. It's also kind of that all-in strat hero. You want to push and end the game when you have that 500 GPM. You cannot be killed, kind of thing. So if you get into any kind of later stages, you will be killed, and then your impact is quite low, even with that much farm on him. You kind of put all your eggs in that kind of basket there. So that's why you don't see it. A Predator would eat it up as well, eat it alive, the Zephyr.
Sure enough. They better not pick Zephyr here. But, yeah, Predator is another carry, man, that's just like Magebane. Predator also has been one that we've just kind of started seeing a lot now for some reason. I don't know.
I like it. It's because they have a Wild Soul. You can just man up on Wild Soul, and Wild Soul cannot really do anything to you. You're just going to be full HP because Wild Soul has a lot of HP. The passive from Predator works that way, where it gets percentage of your target's max health or current health as HP regen. So it's just a strong pick here against that. And they pick the Scout to more or less counter the Predator, I think, with the disarm ability. And it can also offlane quite well. and that's what they needed. Then they have a gladiator. I'm interested to see that they have double initiate. They have the carry in the also. Um, so
Wait,
this looks like a support Hellbringer.
so it's that. So, but it's also going to be a laning wild so now because they jungle gladiator actually, and
Wait,
Pexu is
Hex is a
playing it.
jungler. Okay. Wait, is it? Huh. Wait, who was the main support last game?
Fizzmaestro's their main support. He's
Yeah,
playing
so
the
it is a main
Hellbringer.
support Hellbringer. So it's probably a Hellbringer more access lane and mid lane.
Okay.
Then it's a Wild Soul short lane and the Scout bottom and the Jungle Gladiator, I guess. Alright.
Now they're going to scout top probably because of Squirry, I would think. That's
Maybe
the carry.
Cyrox is just the Wild Soul player, and then he goes to the jungle and Pexu is also confident in soloing top. That could also be an option.
I don't know, man. We'll see what they do here. They're all 5 top so far. But this is, again, one of the things that at least I really have kind of come to love about watching Revolution. You just never know sometimes. But they make it work. I mean, Squirry on Scout, I know for a fact that several games we've actually seen him play it have both done it very, very, very well. And I've always felt, too, and he kind of helped remind people of this, too, but Disarm is one of the best abilities in the game, I think. It's one of the most underrated, I think is actually a better way to put it. Up until the recent change to Vindicator, I mean, he's been the only one with the disarm ability. And as you pointed out, in this case, it's going to be great against Predator. I mean, it basically makes him useless for that how long it lasts.
2 seconds, I think. It's quite a long time in those fights. Especially in the late game. When you deal so much damage that you do. You kill heroes very fast, so 2 seconds is a long time. I was guessing the lanes before, but STST is the offlane player. Scurry is the hard carry. So I'm still it looks like it's STST Marx's bottom, and then the Gladiator is gonna be mid actually.
They are gonna lane Gladiator in the end.
Okay, short lane trying to. This is also something about it. You never really know kinda what they do. I guess you can know it if you've seen enough of them and you see it. Okay, STST is the offlane player. He's gonna be bottom, so no matter the hero almost, he's gonna be there. But and Scurry is the hard carry player, so he's gonna be short laning on that scout.
Wow,
Lowstone's gonna get a pull off here.
He just kind of walks up, taking all the auto attacks, and is like, I'll take these creeps. But look at Pear, the boo-boo right here. He's doing a good job of kind of blocking. Not going to be enough, though. Meanwhile, middle lane Gladiator in trouble and goes down. Okay, well, I got that obviously very late, but I don't know if you caught that. But, man, they just got the position there.
I didn't see it. I think Behemoth fished from the buff, from the trees, and then the Moira stunned to follow it up. I think they just simply roamed on him, were behind him, and he didn't know.
Yeah.
That's my guess. I didn't catch it from the start either. I was watching top.
Yep, same here. So, well, they got him somehow. As obviously we saw, though, as they're the 3 heroes, it is tough to get away from. Got him out of position there, so that's a good start. And Riptide isn't necessarily a hero that needs a great start or an assist, because as you're even pointing out, I mean, when it comes to the laning phase 1 versus 1, he's definitely at that top of the list. So, should have a pretty good time here.
This is a short lane tri lane from Polymorph. And I would like to see Moira just zone out the Moraxis, be on top of him, be where he is, and then have the Behemoth stack the pole, because the pole is not blocked, so Behemoth can't get good levels down here, get his blink in a decent timing, and then Moira is gonna nerf her for him. But it's gonna come at the cost of Moraxis being level 1 as well, so that's fine. And now she just hit level 2, she will get levels, she will have more impact and can gank and roam mid. So, especially with a hero like Riptide in mid lane, the spawn ability into the stun, that's gonna be huge. I like the lineup from Legion side so far. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, no, it's obviously come together pretty well here. And again, Revolution, we knew that they're a funky team as far as play style goes. It's just another example of that. But like I said, we've kind of been very uncertain before with this team, and then it's just like all of a sudden they just snowball out of control. Somehow it happened. So we'll see if that's going to be the case this time around or not. But know that that potential is definitely there. And again, they're the ones that are coming off the high here of that Game 2 victory as well, coming from behind even. So to start, Wild Soul does get the Gloves of the Swift. Now, obviously, that could mean many of things, but we have seen the Alchemist bones on Wild Soul here recently. And he is one of those heroes that he can go many different choices in the end. So would you be surprised to see Alch bones? Do you think that could be the good pickup here?
Since he has the Gloves of the Swift, that's definitely what he's going for. Still, he could also go for a Lightning, but I guess since he has a Gladiator and a Scout on his team, those 2 heroes are gonna soak up for him. Then he goes for the Ultimate Bones, which is going to increase the team's farm overall, because they're going to be able to farm effectively all over the map. So I think it's alright.
Yeah.
It's not like the enemy team has a Parasite though, so it's not a counter in that sense. I think it's just the way he wants to enhance his own farm. And I would also expect to see one on Predator. It seems to be a go-to item on him.
Oh yeah, him. It's definitely a pretty solid choice. That that brings up another thing about an item like an Elder Parasite. Not a very popular item in general, but Zlapt in fact had him on the other day, and he made the point. He kind of just doesn't even like the item, but if there's one hero that it is actually good on, it is Predator. It's kind of made for him. So, yeah, that style of Alk Bones and Elder Parasite definitely would not be surprised to see here on Chaos Master. So,
oh, very strong items. They haven't been using the pull effectively. This was stacked. That's I think already at the 2-minute mark. Moira's gonna get it stacked here again. But Behemoth could have already been level 3 right now if they managed to get those stack offs. But it looks like they've been looking for the Mirax's kills sitting around him, not really focusing on their own farm. So that's a bit unfortunate that he's not pulling the bottom lane here.
Watching the middle lane right there, double damage Riptide. Not many things are more scarier this early on in the game. He nearly killed Gladiator right there, which just seemed like a couple of auto attacks in the queue, but in the end, actually, Gladiator was able to live, but you just see Riptide. I mean, he is really dominating this middle matchup now, 30-13 compared to a 10-0 Gladiator. He has a level advantage. In fact, I think he's going to be level 6 here very shortly, as Gladiator does see level 5, but still, yeah, it's safe to say he's having a great start. And obviously at level 6, he will get that Eye of the Storm ability, and that's where the mobility comes into play as far as him setting up ganks.
Not surprised why this hero was banned. 2 games in a row here, and then seems to be left open here, and they obviously pick it up. It's very strong. I don't think it loses to anyone in the mid lane. Oh, he's gonna be gone on, but can they really kill him?
No.
I don't think so.
In fact, he's scaring them off. I guess more heavy in there helps too, but yeah, that wasn't happening. I mean, Gladiator, if he was level 6, like maybe that would have been a little more realistic, but wasn't even
They're both
close.
struggling for any type of farm or levels they can get here. Marxus is at least level 3, so it's quite amazing. I'm not sure how he got all those levels. Oh, they're going mid again.
Oh, actually, yeah, Riptide is getting low here, but Moira is close enough. You see Riptide right there going to be using the W if it's the Undertow. Uh-oh. Oh, boy, he pops the regen. Here comes the Eye of the Storm. He's going to clash into Gladiator. Just look at the damage up front. Now, he actually doesn't have a puddle there. He has it off cooldown, but he chose not to. So, going to be fine in the end. Yeah, he queued there without the puddle.
Yeah, I think it's a kill if he does, right? Because it slows more.
Yeah,
so
more damage too.
I'll be honest to say that I don't play this. I haven't really played this hero a lot, but it seems to deal a ton of damage whenever you put that warder down.
I mean, you need what?
Silence too.
Yeah, that's how a hero works. So yeah, I've got to say that was a misplay there. I don't know if he just. Now I will say, so coming at it, okay, you know what? We might have been wrong because actually here we go with the Undertow. By the way, he's going on a Moraxis. Lodestone trying to follow it up. Nice job with the pitfall though, and Riptide is going to have to fall back again. What is that about? Actually, Siroc's dying too. The Ancients are right here on Wild, so oof. That was not on purpose. Pretty sure about that.
I think he was watching mid and wanted to go over there and help, and then his boo-boo may have been killed, and then his hero died as a response, I'm assuming.
Yeah. That's not good. Behemoth, also not good. He kind of gets distracted over here. Riptide is coming in. Now comes the Watery Grave, the Undertow, but he's really just not farmed enough just yet, enough levels, and Gladiator will walk it off. But what I was going to say about him, the ultimate actually, it does actually give you the water effect for I think a couple of seconds. The enemies are submerged in water for 5 seconds, so actually the Q was enhanced there. It's only a level 2 though, so it really wasn't that much damage. So I guess he didn't have it wasn't a silly misplay there.
Oh, alright. Well, regardless, he's doing very well. Top farmer so far. If he can also manage to get some kills, he will definitely be able to snowball in this game. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe a Deadwood could do well against him. Also because if he hits level 6, gets the ultimate off. Of course he needs a setup stun because he'll just get silenced. But that ultimate onto a Riptide would definitely be able to kill him at least.
Yeah.
Top lane.
Top lane, they are going for a kill right here. Shut him, pulls him back in. Good timing from Gladiator. That was perfect right there. Pexy knows what he's doing. And he gets credit for the kill, in fact. So good setup overall. That was a Veiled Rot. right there. Again, don't know if it was 100% necessary, but just in case.
It's definitely worth it. Better guarantee the kill in case he has a void up around the tower to scout the point in than having the Veiled Rod. Better safe than sorry.
Look at some change-ups here. Behemoth is trying to farm the bottom lane a little bit and actually going to catch more access. But you see he pops the Arcane Shield. A leap from Predator. Yep, he is going to be going in. The creep wave blocking a little bit. Is this going to be enough for the kill? The Terror is going to proc here in a second. And it should be a kill in the end. There we go. Good execution from Hex there. And Predator will take that. He's obviously farming very well down here. 400 gold per minute, pretty much. He didn't go Alchemist Bones at least just yet. He might still get it next here. Oh, Eye of the Storm top lane, by the way. Gonna catch Hellbringer. Off to the side. Quick kill on him. Scout will be fine, but Riptide being mobile.
Yeah, Lulstorm tried to set up a Shadow Storm and onto them from far, but they knew he was coming, so they walked back, and then he missed it. And then they felt a little bit too confident, and yeah, Riptide comes in and secures the kill on Hellbringer. So, nice for them. But I think they could honestly start laning Behemoth bottom and then have Predator rotate to jungle if they want to. And then they just need the lane control first.
Yeah. Predator's falling back here as, I don't know if he knows something's up or if he kind of just suspects it, because Gladiator is running up here. And is going to try to set up a kill, but as we see, probably not going to happen as Predator's just farming in the jungle instead. Knowing it's not safe. Yeah, sitting on 2,100 gold now, so really interested to see when Chaos Master does eventually make a purchase here.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go straight for the Ultimate Bones. He would have been 500 GPM at this point.
Yeah.
If he bought it right away before anything else. But of course, would he have been able to kill more access is the question.
True.
If he did not have the boots.
And yeah, I gotta say he's not going for it now because he would have bought it now. I mean, there's no reason to not buy it right as he hit that mark. I mean, it's obviously one of those items you want to get as soon as possible. So he's definitely going something else right here. Got to think either the Insanitarius or the Elder Parasite. I mean, those are just such core items on him.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I'm a bit surprised he hasn't spent the gold yet. So maybe it's he just right clicks in Insanitarius.
Didn't he do this last game with Oogie as well? He did, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
He had like 3,000
He pushed
gold.
the base with all that gold, and
well,
he just had it on him.
There was even the early game, too. He had like over 2,000 gold, I remember. That he didn't buy anything for the longest time. So.
Now that you mentioned it. Mid lane, though.
Oh, Riptide in trouble. You see Demon Strike from Hellbringer to assist, but he's not level 6, doesn't have Malphys. Oh, Riptide! That is not going to be enough. I thought that was a good attempt there from Hellbringer. He actually exploded the Evil Presence, trying to make it enough enhanced damage, but wasn't enough in the end, so. Makes the escape. Ooh.
Yeah.
See that?
If Hellbringer had level 6, it would have been a kill.
Yeah.
Oh, what did he buy?
Thunderclaw.
Ha. Okay.
Interesting. I don't...
I would still, yeah, I guess it's another option, but I still think the Ultimate Bones is just, you cannot mess up on that.
It's good on him, man. Yeah. Top lane, Lodestone going in. Shadowstorm does connect. Scout's in trouble. In fact, he's dead. Riptide comes in with the Eye of the Storm and the Fissure to follow. Wild, so now he's vulnerable. He's trying to run away right here, throwing out the swipes. Moira coming in with the stun, though. Shards of Harkon, it will hit Wild Soul, and now he's going to be follow-up in the lockdown. More than likely killed off, although the swipes are doing plenty of damage in return. Behemoth may actually fall. He is. But now Hellbringer was forced to stick around. And she will get away in the end, so at least they get the turn kill, but still, damage done by the Legion side. Meanwhile, though, at least Gladiator pushes middle tower and gets some positive there for Revolution as well.
Yeah. Max has managed to stop the port from Predator, else there could have possibly been 2 kills. So nice from him.
Oh, well, he'll just push the bottom tower instead. So that works too. Yeah, Thunderclaw. So what are we looking at attack speed? Alchemist Bones is how much attack speed? What the hell is it? Is it initiation? Yeah. It is 30. So it is 10 less attack speed on the Alchemist Bones. So I was a little concerned about that. But I guess the 10 more attack speed on Thunderclaw does warrant it a bit. Attack speed in general is obviously great on Predator.
Yeah. It's the other choice. It's gonna make sure he farms the jungle faster. Since they don't have heroes to just farm out the entire map, I guess that's why he's going for it. It's not too bad, I guess. So, I mean, they don't have a jungler either, so the entire jungle is going to be available for him. So getting a Thunderclaw is going to allow him to clear it faster.
Yeah. We got Wild Soul, by the way. We were talking about possibly Aqua Bones on him. He ends up just going Steam Boots, and now he has a Brutalizer on the way that he goes for first item. So not necessarily a farm-heavy item here, but one that's going to allow him to be pretty involved in combat early in this game.
Behemoth has managed to pick up some decent farm here as well. Almost has his portal key. That's quite amazing. He hasn't been using any gold to buy points or stuff like that, or not too much at least. So he's pretty close to his own blink here. That's without farming the short lanes. He has been farming the easy camp here, getting a pull here and there. So nice to see from him. It's gonna be very impactful. Of course, he doesn't have the maxed heavyweight yet, so he needs a couple more levels to be really impactful with this portal key pickup.
Still good to see the stat Ken's talking about. So yeah, just about has that finished. Going to be picking it up. Meanwhile, his team trying to get kills elsewhere, and they're going to at least get Hellbringer here. Gladiator going for the combo. Lands a pitfall. He couldn't use his call to arms, though. The Mana Sunder just doing too much work there. And ends up getting killed in the process. Wild Soul off to the side, though. He has a Brutalizer. He's going to find Predator right here. If he gets on Bash Proc, need to be careful. Nice Arcane Vortex. And that will keep them from chasing. Predator's kind of tempting them. Meanwhile, Squirry gets picked off by Riptide in the background while that fight was taking place.
Yeah. He actually picked up a Rune Cleaver too, so that kill on him is very good for polymorphs here. Also important. Here I think he underestimated the damage from Riptide. He manned up on him and then realized, okay, I can't do this, I gotta get out. And it was too late.
Well, it's a huge find there for Riptide. He's now level 11, by the way, so the Eye of the Storm that much better scaling-wise. See a little more magic damage, as well as 10 seconds less on the cooldown, so pretty nice there. Also going the Energizer choice, by the way. He has strength, right? I'm not wrong on that? Yeah, so he has strength, but Energizer, obviously for mobility in general, not a bad item to have. Right here. Just going to use that to assist at least. Lodestone, we mentioned the portal key on Behemoth. Lodestone has 3,000 gold now, by the way. So, I'm thinking portal
Why
key.
is he not buying his?
This team likes to sit on gold, man.
I'm not sure. Like, what would you else buy on Lodestone? You have to get that.
Yeah.
You get a barbed armor, but
portal key is too important for position.
Yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, top lane Malphus comes out, by the way. They're going for the kill on a Gladiator. They did not think that Malphus would be here as well, or more so Hellbringer. And they have to fall back or try to at least. Behemoth poured out. Yep, he is going to be good. So, are successful in the end. And getting away, that is. And they did get a Malphus out of it, so I guess still a victory for Hex, actually.
That's good for them. Of course, it's a main support, so it's still going to be hard for them to try and win a 5v fight without it even. But it's nice for them, at least getting the better end of that.
Wow. Lodestone did go the Storm Spirit.
He really relies on Behemoth to set up stuff, but he is not able to do that right now. But Storm Spirit... That's very early to get that.
It's like, why?
It's the same thing, but the same argument. That's why you don't get a sheepstick right off the bat as well. It's just, it's weird.
I wonder if it's kind of like this whole, there is that whole Soul Stealer Storm Spirit idea, and I wonder if it's kind of that mentality where you kind of Storm Spirit them, you Shatter Storm and then time it, but...
Yeah, I guess you could. But then it still buys time for the enemy team to pour it in. If you, like, stun them, activate your ulti, then you storm them when your stun is out. I mean, that's a whole 5 seconds, and then you still need to deal a little bit more damage to the target you're going for after that. A port only takes 4 seconds or 3 seconds, so it's a little bit questionable, but I get where you're coming from with that.
Yeah. By the way, we saw right there, they're trying to go for a kill on a Riptide. Call to arms was even used. I mean, they landed the combo, but they didn't have dust, and when you're trying to kill a Riptide at the river especially, you need that dust. To keep vision of him. Unfortunately, they didn't necessarily have it, and then just on top of him also being a little faster, able to run away. So, gonna have to think about that moving forward. Again, he with the Sanitary is just like Predator, of course, who has that finish now, and you do see Predator skyrocketing on the GPM charts at 460 plus gold per minute here. Currently killing off the Ancients.
Yeah, I'd like to see Behemoth get some levels from this. I think he's in range, so... Oh, I would like to see him get levels. He needs that level 11, or at least level 8, 9 to be effective here. Effective, I mean.
Yeah. So has that. But yeah, not having the portal kills on to Lodestone, though. It really is a hero that relies heavily on that positioning. And,
yeah. You should get it, always. I mean, there's no reason not to. Yeah, we have said that, so I'll
Yep.
talk more about
But we're
it.
gonna keep saying it, damn it.
Yeah, god damn it.
Alright, well, I guess we'll let it be. Top lane, by the way. Speaking of him, Wild Soul falls back just before, though. I guess they do have some, yeah, the electric eye, actually, over here is gonna spot some rotation, so.
Can't believe they don't see. Oh,
I was gonna say, I feel like they should have seen it by now, which they finally do. They even put a rev for it down, thinking it might have been a ward of sight, but it was not. So.
Oh, Bloodstone finds Wild Soul. Here comes the storm.
There's the Storm Spear, the stun, the creep's blocking a little bit. He's not even gonna Shatter Storm. He figures they have the kill. This is not a. I don't know about that though. In fact, while still turning. Oh, that's why you should Shatter Storm there. Behemoth goes down. Predator, he's also in trouble. Losa does jump back in with the Shadow Storm. Not able to kill Wildsell just yet, though. And Lowstone goes down. Down goes Predator. Riptide joins the party late with Moira. Wildsell is still alive throughout all of this, though. Scout with the marksman shot onto Riptide. Gets the kill. Riptide takes a lot of damage before finally killing Wildsell in the end. And down goes Riptide. I mean, that all goes back to not using Shadow Storm. If he used it, Wildsell's dead, and that fight does not play out that way.
Exactly. You have to do that. But huge turn coming out from the Hillbreak ultimate really said. I mean, that ultimate is so strong in turning fights around. So it definitely set that off. But yeah, you have to use Shadow Storm in that. You're fighting next to a tier 1 tower of the Hillbreak side up top. It's not like it's down, so they can just prolong the fight and prolong the amount of time that it takes to kill him.
Yeah. I mean, I know we talk about like ultimates all the time and like, oh, was that overkill? But man, if you find a Wild Soul, like that's like one of the targets in this game that you use everything to get that kill.
Exactly.
You do not hold back.
You kill secure. That's for sure.
That's also why, you know, when we do make fun of that sometimes, it's at the same time it's good because it is good practice to do, as we saw in a perfect example right there. So. Talk about a definite momentum changer. I mean, now Wild Soul, sure, he did die in the end, but obviously got even assist and perhaps some kills out of that. He's going to have a shrunken head coming, so that will be big. And then Scout is just continuing to farm away. And do not underestimate his carry potential.
Yeah. I'd like to point out that the Wild Soul build here, he went for his Steam Boots and then Brutalizer, and then he's going Shrunken Head. He did that against Complexity as well. When they played, Complexity actually had a Tremble. And because he had that Brutalizer, he was able to man up onto the Tremble and actually get the better end of that.
Yeah.
He was 100 gold ahead, gold per minute, but that's really not that much compared to when both heroes have Shrunken Head and Tremble is running around with the Thunderclaw as well. And in this case, we have Predator, who is, like, if you man up on him with the Brutalizer, that's going to help you a lot. So I think that's why he's doing this build, but he has been doing that a lot. It seems to be his style of Wild Soul build. I'm not sure what the best build is, actually. But I think this might be good against melee carries.
Yeah, I was having that conversation with Slap the other day, actually, about Wild Soul. It really has kind of proven to be one of these heroes that's like, it's never the same build. I mean, every game it feels like there's just a different item build on this hero. So I don't know if that's just because of preference or if it's maybe just from game to game, the circumstances. But yeah, surely a mix of it, if anything. But yeah, it goes this combo here, and level 16 too, by the way, and that's actually pretty impactful for his bear form there.
Yeah, what is his creep farm? Yeah, he has a 180 creep kills, so that's why he has that many levels.
Yeah. I want to talk about Predator. I mean, interesting items throughout this game, kind of, and actually going the Firebrand now, even on top of Thunderclaw and Sanitaria. So he's definitely gone a completely different path, and this means also he didn't choose to go the Elder Parasite, which I personally have found it kind of, as we've seen also, like it's been a core on this hero. Every game we've seen this hero lately, it's been on him. So
I would like to see it as well. Now it might be too late to be very effective with that. It's a timing window, of course, but I think he's going to Yaman's Paint just to counter the disarm from Scout, using it right after. But,
True.
It's gonna mitigate that. So.
Oh, big find here. Predator, if they jump him, Scout's actually going for it. Getting close enough. Marksman shot. He puts the stone hide. He's going to be stopped, though. Okay, yeah, he actually starts moving, in fact. He realized that it wasn't going to work, and he is going to go down, most likely. Down he goes. Riptide's like, well, can't do anything now. Just jets on by.
He got stunned. I'm not sure what stunned him there. Was it something that stunned him when he TP'd? Oh, ranged attack bash. Okay, that was it. Okay, yeah.
GG. Well, see, the marksman shot was being channeled anyways, and I'm pretty sure that would have hit before he TP'd. So honestly, I don't think it really would have mattered. But that is funny, though. Yeah, if that actually happened.
Yeah, I'm in kind of a thing where my screen is stuck. If you try that in spectator mode, where you can't like move it.
It hit enter a couple times. That sometimes works for me. There's that method. And then if you hit V to unlock the camera.
Dude, the Legion
Like, are you stuck on one of the players, like just following them around?
Oh, just on the screen. Like I can't move from side to side. I'm
Ugh.
stuck where Predator died. Oh, maybe I'm stuck on a hero.
You're stuck on him, that's why,
Okay.
yeah. Are you good now?
What do I have to press to remove
Well,
that?
V is the default key to remove it. Or you right-click on the hero portrait, and it should remove it as well.
Okay, I got it. Thank you. Thank you for the
Okay.
right. Yep. I use V for something else, so I probably have it.
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense. All right, well, we're good now.
Right.
We're safe.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Sorry for that.
So, Token now on Scout, by the way, and oh, he's going to find Riptide here. Wildsoul happens to be nearby, too. They can quickly burst him down. They're going to go for that. Brutalizer Brock's coming out. Riptide realizes has to hold his ground, though. Big turn coming up, and he even jumps in with a shockwave. And Scout is going to end up falling, as well as Wildsoul, most likely. Yep, he goes down. Riptide stayed alive. And Sanitaria's helping us save the day right there. Scout will get out after the token, but still, they get the token used right off the bat. That's big.
Seems that both teams make these a little bit too deep, going for kills a little bit too deep, and then they get punished for it. Yeah, nice kills for Legion side. Was definitely important that turn, and they got the token too. That's what they could ask for. Kind of like a flashback from the Revolution side, where they had Arachne and Swiftblade going for a kill, and then Arachne died and Swiftblade token was used. This time it's Scout and Wildsoul.
Yep. So if you're Revolution, let's keep that first game in mind and think that, okay, let's not overdo this now, as they have been getting the momentum this game, so kind of giving back a little bit right there. But, I mean, no doubt, the way the series has been playing out, it just makes sense that we're going to have a pretty good finish here in game number 3. And it is shaping up for that once again. The double Brutalizer is, well, brutal here to deal with, I'm sure, for Hex. We did see right there, I mean, Riptide was constantly bashed and locked down between Wildsoul and Scout. Did survive in the end, surprisingly enough, but that's going to be a nuisance here to have to go up against. And, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Predator also goes a Brutalizer. I mean, that's definitely an item that we could see on him, too, with all the attack speed. But with the way he's building... Yeah, you mentioned the Geometer's being probably at least first year, of course.
Yeah, it's definitely trouble for him, being against 2 carries with... I mean, Scout is a great brutalized hero to have that item on. And then Wildsoul on top. I mean, if both those heroes attack him, it's going to be hard to win that fight. So he is going to rely on Behemoth to get the counter initiation, as he did in the previous fight.
There's a jump on a Gladiator. Here comes that counter, though. Malphus coming down, as you pointed out. Very good counter. Gladiator is still alive, even in the background. Meanwhile, Behemoth dead. Riptide on the run now. Predator, he's sitting here with right clicks. He will finally take out Hellbringer, it looks like. But at what cost? Predator in the front lines. The Storm Spirit thrown in the air. Out comes the Stone Knight and Sanitary Switch. What a survive there from Chaos Master. He goes back in. He gets a kill on Gladiator, but he dies after anyways. Lowstone trying to run this whole time. He is going to go for the TP. I think he is going to be successful with that at least. And it will be the end of it. But a fight that the Legion team initiated on especially to come out on the losing end. Once again, guess what the big reason was? Hellbringer, not Malphus.
Yep.
It's so strong.
I like to comment with like the glasses half full kind of thing. But the Slowstone has to get the portal key. Now he does it because he used the Shatterstorm, and he didn't hit anyone. He hasn't been able to get a good Shatterstorm so far. It's 27 minutes in the game. He had great farm, and he hasn't been able to have the impact that he should have. Sure, the Storm Spirit worked well there. He got it basically secured them a kill on Gladiator. But would you rather secure that while losing the fight, or maybe hitting 2, 3, 4 heroes and then winning the fight with more heroes alive?
No, yeah.
I think you really have to get this portal key now, and now he does finally. So,
well, that's the thing too. Like, you guys are a perfect example of your team. That is, of the Clank style lineup. You have that carry that's very fragile. You buy items to support that. Storm Spirit's obviously great at that. So, if it was like a Clank style carry that they had, maybe there's some argument there. But it's a Predator. I mean, for Christ's sake, he's a hero that does not need that support. In terms of actually staying alive, he wants to be in the front lines. and doing all this damage here. Yeah, I really just don't think there's an argument for why this could be a good pickup, and it's not hindsight either. I mean, we really were both on top of that right as it was picked up, so it's good that he has it now. We didn't see a Shadow Storm used right there, by the way.
Yeah, I think Scout was farming the median camp, and then he went out, so yeah. They wanted to go for it, but didn't work out for him.
And look at Predator, by the way. I think he thinks he's agility, because a Firebrand and now a Dancing Blade picked up. I am baffled by that, too. What is going on here with item pickups, man?
I'm not sure. I mean, it's game free, man. They can't make these kind of...
What are these? These decisions?
He wants to get a Wingbow to make sure he doesn't get bashed. I can understand that.
Yeah.
I guess it's alright, actually. But you're still gonna get the Geometer's Bane. I think that's gonna cause enough confusion for them to not hit you directly, at least. Or at least not right off the bat, so you're able to get some kills onto at least one of them.
Yeah, this is a very unorthodox Predator build, though, from the Thunderclaw to the Firebrand. I mean, but again, like you said, there is reason to it with the Geo's Bane, with the Wingbows. But
he's there, but it's not finished yet. I mean, at least get the Geometer's Bane then. It's gonna make some work, at least now, so...
Exactly. Dancing Blade's doing, like, so little for him right now, alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, that's just so weird to me. I'll evaluate it.
It means that they shouldn't fight until he has it, basically. So, but these two teams love to pick fights. Might not go as he's planning to. But then again, is Wingo better than the Geometer's Bane right now for that? I mean, I don't think it is, honestly, at this point. Especially because of the extra gold it costs.
Yeah, he is farming pretty well, but to kind of go in between on two different items, especially when the main attribute's not even your own, it's just so odd. But, okay, well, he's doing it, so we'll keep an eye on that. As you pointed out, if you're this Legion team, you do not want to pick a fight until at least one of those is done, if not both of them. Could be good to have. Speaking of Geo's Bane, I mean, Firebrand now just picked up on Riptide as well.
Riptide too? Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, they want the Geometer's Banes.
They want agility heroes, apparently, too. Middle lane Scout. Oh, they're going to call on him, actually. Now, here comes Malphus once again. Moraxis follows, and down goes Behemoth. Shadowstorm, Lodestone nearby. He just runs away, actually. He does get pulled back in, and he's going to die shortly after. So a couple of nice catches here for the Hellborn team, and it goes back. If you're the Legion side, you don't really want to fight right now. You're still waiting for some big item pickups on the Predator especially. Moira is going to get caught, though.
Yep.
Trying to run.
Seems that whoever counter-initiates win these fights. If Behemoth goes in first, they lose the fight. If Hellbringer is kind of there first, they don't win. So whoever gets the huge counter-initiation jump seems to come out ahead. It's just worth noting.
Riptide going in a Wild Soul. They're trying to go for him. Predator in the front lines, but those bash procs coming out with the Brutalizer. Again, he doesn't have the Wingbow yet, so no evasion from that. And he's forced to fall back. They get the tower kill. Moraxis in the front lines. He will get back. Everybody stays alive on the Hellborn side. Nice pitfall from Pexu just in case as they're TPing away and whatnot. So got what they came for, kind of. Dio Revolution has their biggest lead of the game now. 8,000 gold, 13,000 experience. And then you look at their side of the spectrum as far as item progression, and again, making sense here. Geometer's Bane on Wild Soul actually is coming along. Resto Stone is getting dangerously close on Hellbringer, and once again, I mean, we've just seen the impact this game of that, just one of those.
The only problem is he doesn't have the mana to sustain it. So that's unfortunate for him. But they are a scary item. And Moira actually bought back. It might not seem like a huge thing, but he was closing in on his portal key. And that's actually a huge item for them. So that's very unfortunate for Polymorph that he's not able to get that.
Yeah. Predator, okay. No, he still hasn't bought it yet. I thought he bought something. Might have just checked his gold, see where it's at. But that's up 2,300 gold here. Again, I mean, he has to finish the Wingbow here. You don't buy a Dancing Blade and then finish a Geometer's Bane, and that would just be so odd to just continue that trend. So, but once he does get both of those items, I mean, there will be it will be very good for him. But that's still a ways away at the same time. So, meanwhile, you have the Savage Mace already in the works for Scout. So there's that whole concept as well with the Wingbow. It's like good, but then it's kind of not because of this.
No,
So.
it's not really anymore because they lost 2 free fights because of those pickups as well.
Yeah.
Oh no, Riptide. He's fine.
This is something I've definitely noticed with Riptide being picked up here in the competitive scene as well. He tapers off a lot. At least it's felt that way. Like he'll have a great early game, and then by the time mid to late game rolls around, especially, he's not nearly as impactful. So.
And it's for sure not the eruption stun or something like a Mirax's initiation or even a Behemoth initiation. That's for sure. He's more like the right click, I guess, or focus down one target.
Yeah. Kind of like a Pebbles or that Deadwood even. I guess they're all kind of similar in that sense where they start to taper off a little bit, so. Kind of
I guess, but yeah.
Spot here. Okay, Wingboat is finished on Predator. See, again, this kind of goes to the idea, though. It's like, I know, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have picked up Predator in this case in the end, but it's obviously this would just be so much better if he happened to be an agility-focused hero, so. The fact that he is a strength focus is definitely just a downside to what was almost a necessary, at least in his mind here, of getting these items. In middle lane, they're going to get involved in a fight where they're outnumbered here. Wildsoul and Scout. They're going to run into Behemoth, actually. Those are the stub. But Scout's still chasing Predator. He may open. Oh, Predator going back in. I don't think he realizes he's trying to go help his teammates. Riptide got caught here initially, but look at Scout. He picks off Behemoth in the way background first, and now he's going for Predator. The evasions are coming into play right there. But now the chase is on. Showdown. Here comes a call to arms. The Storm Spirit. It won't be enough. He gets hit by a still. Then he gets pulled back in. Malphus comes down, and down goes Predator. He just bought the Wingbow. He is not buying back. The Shatterstorm with that Arcane Vortex doing a little bit of work right there, but Riptide goes down as they kill Moraxis. But the pressure just too much from Revolution. This is easily going to be Rax kill. Vote to concede coming out. GG, well played. Revolution will do it once again. They will stay in Diamond Division for the 3rd time in a row here in relegation matches as they win this one from behind, 2-1 against Polymorph. Congratulations, Revolution. What a game for them.
Congratulations. I would say Polymorph made some questionable decisions here.